Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is basically your Euro recap. We'll be talking about all the Euro games that ended off the first week of the Euros, highlighting some United players, obviously because we are United fans. But yeah, gentlemen, before I get into it, I must say if you guys are new and you do enjoy, to subscribe, to smash a like, to comment below what you think of the Euro so far. But I think I'll, you know, forward that question to both of you. How have you guys been thinking the Euros have been going so far?
Yeah, quite entertaining, I can't ask for anything more. Heard there's been three own goals already. Apparently there was three in the whole of the last tournament, so I guess quite frantic and exciting. I don't know, I guess. I think it's been a good tournament. I think it's been a really good start, and I think today's game was for a group stage game, and it was very engaging. So I've enjoyed it so far.
Okay,
Yeah.
Claire?
I think international football is just different. As we said before, it even started. It really is seeing the best of the best go up against each other because some results are just completely up on their heads, and a lot of upsets happen, and we get to see a lot more class. We get to see a lot more patience. We get to see just people playing for a badge that they actually respect. And you just see different players than what you see at the clubs. So I've been impressed so far.
It's a good thing that you said there. They're actually playing for the badge because yeah, some players, they definitely do prefer playing for their international team than they do for their clubs. I can tell you that much. Not gonna mention any names yet. We'll get to them. And I think personally, I haven't watched all the Euro games. Obviously, I haven't. I've watched the games I want to watch. The other games, I have not watched. But it is what it is. You're not gonna watch all of them unless you're a proper madman or you just love football that much. But yeah, I put my hands up. I haven't watched all the games, but so far, from what I
It
have
was my
watched,
plan.
it's been pretty
It
good.
never, it, it was my plan, but it never came true.
Yeah,
It just
exactly,
never happened.
exactly. But I think so far, not a bad tournament. I'm not enjoying it as much as obviously club football, but that's just me. I think the only bad thing I'll have to say about the Euros is obviously what happened to Christian Eriksen. Thoughts and prayers with Christian Eriksen of what happened. Glad he's okay though, so that's a positive. That is a very big positive. But yeah, I just thought I would say, that I'm proud of everyone's giving the love, the support that for Christian Eriksen on that day. And I'm glad he's okay. I think we can all agree that Christian Eriksen is it's good that he's okay. But,
Yeah.
gentlemen, we move on. So, the first game of the Euros, obviously opening game, Turkey, Italy. Italy, now this is a game I did not watch, but I heard Italy dominated, they destroyed them, they lived up to the hype, and they're actually one of the only big teams that played to their best ability, from what I've heard. So, do you guys agree with that?
Very impressed with Italy. For me, I think I put them one of my tournament favorites of the game. I think they played really, really well. I think defensively, always Italy will be good defensively, but I feel like in the last few years, I don't know if they've been their best going forward, and they've that people like Pele playing up front, so they didn't have much firepower. But at the moment, I thought they looked really good. They look really drilled. They look like they knew what they're doing. I like the fact that I have a striker like Immobile playing as number one. They've got Insigne, who wasn't impressed with. Forgetting other players, but they've got some really good players. And I don't think they have the glamour of, let's say, Belgium or France and those teams, but they seem to know what they're doing. And they seem to be able to get behind Turkey's defense a lot, which is a problem I notice in a lot of other clubs. People have been struggling to break down the low block in this competition. So for that, I think I was really impressed with them.
Yeah. A lot of people have been highlighting Immobile as basically the Italian Harry Kane because he's kind of that 9.5. He does the little bit of extra to actually link up play. So that's the only reason for that. It's not because of his massive numbers like Harry Kane, but he has been very impressive this season. And he's been consistent for the last few seasons. So Immobile is definitely one to watch for Italy going forward.
Yeah, I
And
think
I think
It's a late bloomer.
a little bit, yeah.
I think I definitely do want to watch maybe the next Italy game if they were that good. I just want to see what Italy's all about. But yeah,
Yeah.
good start from Italy.
I-
Yeah, you're gonna say?
The big thing to highlight about Italy is they have pacey dribbling and good finishes in the wings. So Insigne and Berardi are fantastic wingers, and they both went away with a goal that game. So it's a really good performance from all of them. Front three all getting goals, very involved, and they're looking like a strong team. I would genuinely think the only weakness is their centre backs because they're still playing Bonucci and Chiellini, it's just
the centre
death
backs for
sentence.
the last 100 years, but
Exactly.
They looked alright. Okay, it was Turkey, I
it's
guess.
Turkey, yeah.
But I don't think Turkey was horrible in that game. Even though they got battered there. What was it? 3-0?
3-0,
Or am I
yeah.
hyping it too
No.
much?
Host. Look at Mbappe
Yeah.
did to Hummels tonight, boys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Feeling
Hey, experience! You
dead.
know? You can't look past Bonucci and Chiellini for experience, you know? For the longest time, they've been like the top 5 centre backs in the world, I'd say that. I don't know, maybe I'm hyping them up too much. But yeah, no, I think Italy's going to go far in this competition. Win it? I don't know about that, but I think they'll go far.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I was impressed with the scoreline from Italy because, like we said, we it's one of those teams where we can't trust, but if they get going, they do get going. So we'll have to see how that develops. Obviously, the next game
And
after,
Mancini's a good coach.
yeah. Then obviously the next game after that was Wales Switzerland. Now, we like when we did our predictions, we all had our different opinions. We somehow mutually agreed that Wales would be that that other team that goes through. I wanted it to be Switzerland. That game ended 1-1. Dan James. You, I didn't watch this game. Dan James could have scored a hat trick. You guys could have went on about it, and I would have still had my same opinion. Not good enough for United terms, but yeah, guys. I would say so far there's two United. No, well, let's technically 3, but I'd say 2 United players who have really stepped up. The other 3, yeah, hit and miss. But yeah, what do you guys thought about that game?
To be honest, I didn't watch this game, but I watched highlights. I looked at the stats. To be honest, it seemed like Wales were pretty crap. It really did. It seemed like for about 70 minutes, Switzerland dominated. But in the last few minutes, Wales just turned up, started playing very direct, and they got back into the game. And yeah, when you're struggling against Switzerland in your first game, when you're having to play the low block in Switzerland in your first game, you're not going far in the Euros. So I don't think it's looking up good for Wales. I feel like their best players in Bale's kind of finished, let's be honest. He'll have his moment here and there, but then he's not the same player he used to be. And Ramsey's probably, I don't know, maybe struggling for confidence because he hasn't really been doing the most at Juventus, I feel. So it's interesting. And they can't be carried by Dan James, Dan James, especially if you're going to be playing that type of style. I guess he can be a good outlet, but then he can run with the ball. Then what next? The next part is the problem. So, yeah, I just don't see them going far in this tournament, to be completely honest.
Yeah. For me, I kind of feel like I underestimated Switzerland, but I overestimated Wales going into this just because of names, and I feel very bad.
Oh, I did.
Because
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't. Just remember.
But I mean, I think
It's
Wales
not
are
ended
probably
in
going
a
to
draw,
finish
though,
dead last
so-
of the group. In all honesty, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Wales are good at all. They did not look impressive, and relying on the likes of Kiefer Moore for your goals. I don't think you guys have ever heard that name in your
I've
life.
never had that name in my life.
I think he's a
No,
Swansea
I've heard of
striker.
more. I'm forgetting where, but I've heard
He's
of more.
Swansea
It was a nice
striker.
header.
Yeah, he's a more of a target man, and it works with like Dan James and them. But like, when you rely on that for goals, when you have Joe Allen in your midfield next to Aaron Ramsey, I'm sorry guys, this team is dead. It has some really good pieces, and maybe under the right coaching, but like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening with this team. Switzerland, as far as I saw and heard, they dominated this game basically, and they deserve to come out on top. So it's a very much feels bad for Switzerland fan, but as a Wales fan, you have got lucky.
Yeah. And again, I wouldn't say a good performance from the only United player there, Dan James. So
Yeah.
listen, it is what it is. We
Yeah,
know
I
it's
feel
not good
like
enough.
I know I said Ramsey and Bale are washed, but I feel like it's Ryan Giggs, right? In charge.
Mike Giggs
If I'm
in
not
charge.
mistaken. Yeah. I feel like I don't like the whole defensive style thing because I feel like it's gonna get them nowhere in this type of tournament. I think I wish he just could be more front foot and just try take on teams, and try get that experience out of Bale, out of Ramsey. And so far, he's doing. I don't think he's very tactically inclined, Ryan Giggs. Honestly, it'd be a nightmare if he came to United. I would cry. But yeah, maybe as you say, under a different coach, this team maybe has potential. But after that, I worry if they'll even get out the group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to doubt it at this point as well.
Well, what I
Poor
must say
Shank.
is
Poor.
I didn't doubt it. So. Moving on to Denmark, Finland. Obviously, the situation with Christian Eriksen happened in that game. The game got resumed. Now Clay and I were actually playing games while this game was going on, and then obviously we heard what happened to Christian Eriksen. We
Yeah,
went
I
to
was
go
watching.
watch it. Yeah, we had to go watch what happened. I don't think that game should have at least continued that day. I feel like Denmark obviously lost. They lost 1-0 to Finland. I feel like it's a bit harsh on Denmark. They went through a lot. That whole saga. Probably they weren't in the right space of mind to carry on. The fans. What must they do? So 1-0. Football can be cruel. Football can be cruel. I think the Denmark coach said, he doesn't understand why, if there's COVID, the game can be banned for 2 days, but for cardiac arrest, the game continues the same day. So it is a bit rubbish. So I think more fair play to Denmark. I'm not taking anything away from Finland. They got the dub. I didn't watch that game, so I'm not going to comment anything other than the Christian Eriksen thing. But yeah, you guys have anything else to say on that game? Because I doubt any of us really watched it. Yeah.
I saw the incident, which was very saddening, but I didn't watch the game, to be honest. But I do agree that it was quite rubbish that the game continued after that. I mean, what were they expecting from Denmark? They were never going to win that game. So I don't understand that decision. They could have just played the next day.
Big thing that happened in the game is that Denmark actually won a penalty, if you guys didn't know. And Højbjerg just completely fluffed it. He had zero confidence in the shot. You could see he was dead. So I don't know why they continued this game. It doesn't make sense. Because you saw him just basically shoot straight to keeper, no conviction, no courage, no nothing in the shot. It was dead shot.
Yeah.
So it real feels bad for Denmark, because it's also their key player. Eriksen's a fantastic player, and I honestly think Denmark take this game on any other day of the week. And congrats to Finland, you took your chances. I guess it worked for you.
To be fair to
I feel
Finland,
really
it's
bad
not
as
like I'm
Denmark,
gonna say Finland.
Hey, can't blame them.
Yeah, it's not Finland's fault. Or it's not Finland's bad.
Yeah, definitely not.
They did what they had to do. So it's not like they weren't there as well. They were part of it. So everyone didn't want to see that. So yeah, but at least it's okay. At least it's okay. I think there's sometimes bigger things in football, and that's fine. That's fine. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. And then moving on to a game I watched the highlights of, Belgium Russia. Now I heard Lukaku did a madness here, boys. I heard Lukaku ran the show. He took his chances. People were saying he's going for Golden Boot this tournament. The Belgian fans are excited. I don't blame them. We all had our predictions. We said, they're good. We don't back them to win it. We think they'll run out towards the end. But in terms of Belgium, I think, job done. 3-0. Yeah, that's a perfect scoreline basically. And yeah, Lukaku. I think he's got a brace, right? He's got a brace. He did
Yeah,
score
he's got a brace.
Yeah. So what do you guys have to say about that game? Because I think that was the first proper good game in the Euro. Oh, actually, no, I'm lying. Italy was the proper good game, and then Belgium was the next one.
We sold this man. We sold this man. I don't believe it. And I feel like I got caught in it as well, the whole first touch thing. But then when you think about it, this guy was our top goal scorer, and we sold him. And we bought Cavani a few seasons ago.
We're still talking trash about.
It makes no sense. Lukaku is a beast. The guy is phenomenal. If you think about it, he's the perfect striker. He's quite pacey.
Yes.
Because I remember at times, there was a few times where he'd actually drift to the wing at United, to the right wing. I don't know if it's under Mourinho, and he'd play from there from time to time. And he's quick, he's powerful, he's got finishing. Maybe not the best finishing, but he does enough,
You give him enough. If you
do
give him
it-
enough chances, he'll score.
He doesn't need enough. He's a good finisher. I would say he's one of the top finishers in the world right now.
I wouldn't say Harry Kane.
I
but
put
not
him
far,
top 10.
Which is
I
still,
put, top 10.
which is still a compliment.
Maybe.
Top 10 in the world,
Top 10,
100%. He's a good finisher.
I guess maybe it's not worth bringing
Good
up.
finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's oozing confidence, Lukaku, at the moment.
That's the
Like,
that's
we're
the
seeing-
thing. He's oozing confidence. Yeah.
We're seeing why he said there's no way I'm playing second fiddle to Martial, because he knew how good he was, and that was, I guess, an unfair thing to ask from Ole because he was the top goal scorer, at that time. So best move for him, He's clearly enjoying his career. He's football right now. And for me, him and De Bruyne, I don't know if De Bruyne is going to join the squad soon because he wasn't there. But
He's
him and
injured.
De Bruyne are really... Okay, fine. Still, just Lukaku. Lukaku is going to take these months. For me, if they don't face France, I don't know how the table looks and the whole structure looks. If they
Yeah, I
don't face
can't
those
even-
big boys, I can see Lukaku
I think
taking them to the
I can't remember
semi-final or
who we
something.
said knocked them out. I can't remember who we said knocked them out.
Uh,
It might have been
Portugal.
France or Portugal. I think one of those two knocked them. We said knocked them out.
He makes things happen, you know. He gets the ball, he drives at players, you know. He can fit. He's just perfect. Lukaku is perfect, and Belgium as well. I really enjoyed watching them, and I do agree what most people are saying. This probably is their last chance because I think the players maybe some of them
Yeah,
have fallen off. It has also this fault.
It's towards the end.
And
It's the end game now with them.
yeah, it's aging, yeah. And the thing about them, what really works for them, they've been playing the same style for a lot of tournaments. So you can see that they understand it, you know? The whole back five thing. Every player knows what the role are, they know what to do. It's very fluid, which is a problem you see in international a lot, because coaches don't have a lot of time. And I feel like a lot of clubs weren't very fluid. I feel like Belgium was very fluid. And they had a brilliant target man, Lukaku, and they're going for.
I, in all honesty, thought Lukaku had quite a shit game, and then he just scored a lot of goals. It was one of those games.
I didn't watch. I'm just going based on what I
Because
said.
I watched the game. I watched the game. I thought the man was not involved whatsoever. He just got like 2 chances and he put them both away. And they weren't even clear
I
cut.
disagree.
None of it. Man had like an
Did
XG
you
of
both watch the game?
0.6. I watched the game. I thought he had
Yeah.
like no influence except that. Very little. I thought Mertens
Like,
looked
I don't know
good.
what...
You know?
I didn't check the stats like exactly, but then what I saw was a player who was very good at link up, and every time he got the ball, he would drive with it. You know, he'd make space.
He made 14
and
passes.
He'd do that. Yeah, I'm
I
just
didn't
telling
think
what
he
I
was
saw,
that involved.
and he'd do that because he was very confident. You know,
That sounds
yes,
like a
I
very
think
Cavani.
there was a
performance.
period.
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was just an elite striker performance. It's a class striker.
I
He just
disagree.
finished 2 chances. He had 2 shots on target, 2 goals.
I felt like he was
12
more involved
passes.
than Cavani would be. Cavani just chills around the
I
box
get
and
that as well.
just knows where to be.
Yeah.
I feel like Lukaku will drop off. He got the ball. He'd drive into the box. He'd make space. There was a period, I agree, I think between the 40th minute and around the 61st, 70th, where he kind of did disappear. But I think for large parts of the game, he was very
He
influential.
took 34
And-
touches of the ball over 90 minutes.
Hey mate, I was impressed with Lukaku, and I
No,
think he's gonna carry Belgium in this tournament.
He's a fantastic striker. He 100% is going to carry them because he scored 2 goals out of nothing, basically. Because one of those goals
So
was like a
he did what he had
ridiculous
to
angle.
do. It's just a
Yeah,
striker.
he had a
good
great striker.
class striker performance. It sounds like.
And
Based
one
on the
thing I have
stats.
to say as well, just on a different player, I thought Eden Hazard looked really good when he came off the bench.
Okay.
I thought Hazard still had it. I thought he still
Yeah,
had it.
well,
This
you
man
know,
was dribbling 3
evidently,
players
this is
at
a
a
very
time.
controversial game. I wish I watched it.
That's all
more.
I saw from Hazard. That's all I saw from Hazard. A lot of
Man,
teams everywhere.
10
Nothing
players left, right, and
productive.
centre. The guy had
Nah.
4 players on him at any given
Okay.
time.
I didn't
They
see
try to
anything
mock
productive
him.
from that. It was like watching
Well,
a PSL
I mean,
game.
I'm gonna have to rely on people's comments down below because I didn't watch it. So like you guys let us know what you thought happened in the Belgium game because clearly my 2 other
Yep.
co-presenters here they have some contrasting opinions. While Clay gets blinded by the light, but it's
I know,
fine.
right?
It's fine.
Not like me.
We move on. We move on to the first game I watched, guys. Yes, I finally watched the game, and it had to be England. Yeah, he's dying, but he's still here. So, but England versus Croatia. Don't worry, you sort it out. But we talk about the football. England versus Croatia. I thought Gareth Southgate put out a very weak team. There was no Jadon Sancho. There was not even a proper left back. But it's England, so I'm always gonna hope the best for them. Right? Obviously, Croatia's got Modric. Then I thought Calvin Phillips had an absolute phenomenal game. Here's my man of the match. Leeds CDM, the CDM United need. Thought he was absolutely phenomenal. I thought Sterling was dead. That goal saved his life. Because if he didn't get that goal, he was dead. I thought Harry Kane was dead. I thought who was playing on the right? I forgot.
Sterling,
Oh, Foden. Foden was
Foden.
quality. He should have had a goal. I thought Foden played very well. I thought Mount played well.
Of course you say that. Of course you say that, mate.
Dude, Foden is elite. I'm telling you, this boy is got. He's a baller. This boy is a baller. But yeah, I thought the backline, Kyle Walker, I thought he was okay. I thought he could be better. Obviously, Rashford came on later, and when Rashford came on, I'll be honest with you, I didn't notice anything significant from my boy Rashford. So it is what it is. It's not his fault. He came on for like 15 minutes, so it's not his fault. What I realized with England is that they are proper United. If anyone doesn't watch United and they're not a United fan, England, United, same team, same type of manager. They are exactly the same. I thought Rice was quiet, but they got the job done 1-0. And I thought at the beginning of the game, England were dominating Croatia a lot. And if they can dominate Croatia, for even if it was just a little bit, but like they beat him almost, they are a major threat. And it shows why, why they are a serious force to be reckoned with. So hopefully England improve on that performance. But yeah, I'm happy days from England. 1-0, I'll take it. Calvin Phillips, like I said, I thought was man of the match. Rashford came on. I can't really tell you anything about Rashford because he was only there for 15 minutes.
It's not coming home. It's not coming home. Look, I wouldn't say it's their B team, honestly, because it's not my fault that Southgate didn't select some people.
Okay.
It really is.
It's the fans beating.
Like,
Yeah, it's the fan.
who is this man? This man has Jack Grealish on the bench and Sancho in reserve.
Sancho wasn't even
Sancho.
there, dude.
Left Sancho at home.
Sancho wasn't there. The right wing of England wasn't there. I was pissed.
Dude, I don't know who this guy is.
I have to say this as well right now. Foden has played primarily left wing at City his entire season, and Sterling's played primarily right wing this season.
That's what
at
I was
City.
thinking as well. when
And guess what he
He
did?
switched them, yeah. He switched them.
Who played right back? I'm forgetting. Is it Kyle Walker?
And
Walker
Trippier
played, and
left
Trippier
back.
played left back.
Trippier left back. There's so many questionable things. Grealish on the bench, Sancho at home. This guy at left back, Foden. I don't know what this guy's doing. This guy's Ollie.
So
That's Ollie in the English.
He's Ollie. He's Ollie in a waistcoat. That's what it is.
And look, for me, as you said, the only positive thing was Phillips. I thought he was brilliant in that game.
My
And he
boy.
was their best player.
Bad player. From
And
Leeds.
I think the part of the pitch I enjoyed the most, I guess it's him and Rice next to him. I thought they played well. But as you say, they dominated the starts. They got the goal from Sterling. Thought it was a bad idea to start Sterling, but I guess he shut me up because he scored. But after that, with all that talent, man wants to park the bus. I just don't get it. He shuts shop with all that talent. You can't do that. You can't do that. Your best defender is Harry Maguire. He wasn't even playing. And you want to be a defensive team. You're freaking crazy. Like, you're mad. So, nah, it's not coming home. England are not going to go. They'll make it out the group because I think they're too strong for that. But
That's
when
what
I
we
think
said.
of Portugal,
Yeah,
what I saw
exactly.
today, when I think of France, what I saw today, Belgium, I just don't see this team under this management and tactics being good enough, honestly. And it's simple as that.
Yeah.
And Rashford, he came in and played to the middle. Don't think that really suits him. I guess logically it made sense because they're playing defensive and want to go direct, so to Rashford's pace. But then he ended up not barely touching the ball, in my opinion. So yeah, we really didn't see much from him.
Exactly. And one player that you guys haven't talked about that I really enjoyed was Mason Mount. I thought he was great.
Yeah.
I thought his underlapping runs were fantastic. I thought he just had the vision. He was picking up passes. I saw this man pass to Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Phil Foden, left, right, and centre. I see the missed chances left, right, and centre. Kane with the sitter that he absolutely.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Kane missed a sitter. A sitter. For an elite striker. Yeah.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
But,
It's not okay.
I
Not
do
okay
think
for Harry Kane.
Ronaldo missed sitter.
Baba.
Ronaldo still
How
doesn't-
many goals
Ronaldo
did he
doesn't-
end up with today?
See it?
How many
Harry
goals did he
Kane-
end up with today?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, he did miss a
I'm
sitter.
just
And
saying.
we'll get to
strikers
Ronaldo.
miss sitters.
But Ronaldo is the best player
Strikers
of
miss-
the last 100 generations of all time.
Still.
There's different levels. But yeah, Clay.
Oh, it's
Kane
ridiculous.
robbed PFA Player of the Year. Kane also
Bruno
deserves
robbed
respect.
PFA player of the year.
No, to be honest. Phillips was fantastic. I thought Rice basically played as another centre back. They were basically playing three at the back. In all honesty, Walker was kind of underlapping a bit in the midfield. Trippier was just doing madness down that left flank, but he was always on his right foot. He had that Brandon Williams
Brandon
trait,
Williams,
he
that's
was more
exactly what I felt
experienced.
like I was watching.
It was all it was.
You have the
and
best
he actually
left back
crosses
in the
me.
world at the moment, and he's not playing. He's not playing.
Okay, and you have another left back that just won a Champions League.
Yeah, and you have,
you're
and
not
then you have,
playing- and he's not even
left
there.
back
He's not even
who
home.
won the Champions League, and you're not playing it, dude.
And you left him at home. You left him at home. You didn't put him on the bench. No, fam. You want to play Kieran Trippier instead at left back? No, no.
It's proper
This
Brexit.
man's got-
Like I know it's England,
sorry,
but like
yeah.
Brexit FC, like proper. Like the most Brexit
Yes,
FC starting
So
11 you
then-
can get.
Yeah.
Some on the touchline discussing with these. It's like it's Ole.
Yeah, it's on.
doing the same thing.
It's
all the
literally on. It's actually scary. It's actually scary. But there actually is another manager I think is very similar to Oli. I'm not gonna say he's as bad, but I'll get there. I'll get to him. But yeah, I think with England they gotta up their game massively. I think we all said they'll get out the group, but we did say they won't get to the next round just because of how the brackets work. So that it's just it is
Game
what
plan
it is.
again.
I'll be honest with you boys. The next game I don't feel like we should even waste our viewers' time with because that was Austria versus North Macedonia, 3-1 to Austria.
No, I watched that game.
You,
It is
you,
ridiculous.
boy, I'll
Sure,
give you
I'll tell
like
you
2
right
minutes. 2 minutes just because I'm telling
tell
you,
you.
unless you are from North Macedonia or Austria, you're not gonna care. But you got 2 minutes.
North Macedonia is actually a decent squad, boy. I kid you
Yeah,
not.
because
These
they got
guys
my
are
duty.
actually
That's why.
decent.
They got my duty.
I'm sorry, the 3-1 is so undeserved for this game. The Austria scraped through this game. Austria looked shit. North Macedonia owned their asses. They had a 40-year-old striker and they owned their asses. You don't understand. North Macedonia has some potential for upsets here. That's all I'm going to say. You were right. I'm going to believe in North Macedonia. Did you know? But
Exactly.
Austria did not deserve a 3-1 win.
It's just
I
'cause
respect the Austrian
If there's a
players,
Leeds
but they were
player
not good
in
enough.
any team, I've got them. I will make sure
No,
that
ridiculous.
team perform to an extent. To an extent, I'll make sure that team perform.
Exactly.
Wait, what Leeds players do they have?
Alioski.
Alioski. So yeah.
He's a raging left back. Fantastic
Yeah,
attacking
you
talent.
when you see him, you'll know him. You'll know him. Like, okay, I know he is.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's that guy.
yeah. Moving on. Moving on.
Move on.
Move on. Netherlands versus Ukraine. This is actually a good talking point because Clay, he obviously hyped up Ukraine in the predictions. They showed some stuff. I didn't watch the game. I was like I said, I had a close ear to it though because Dad was watching it. I heard this was a hectic game. I thought this was a phenomenal game. I heard that.
One of the fan
I think it was
favorites.
I heard it's been probably game of the week. It's probably game of the week. Wijnaldum scores. I don't know how to pronounce the second guy. That guy scored, and Dumfries scored, and then Yarmolenko and the other guy. I don't know how to score. Was this the game? Because obviously I didn't watch. Was
Okay,
this the
so
game
it
where
was
it had,
Wijnaldum,
like,
then it was Weghorst, then it was Yarmolenko and Yarmolenko.
yeah, was this the game where one of them scored a mad goal? Is this the game?
No.
Yeah,
That's Czech
Yamalenko
Republic.
scored a. Didn't Yamalenko score a screamer?
Oh no, I think you're thinking about Czech Republic, the one from halfway.
I don't know, but okay, I didn't see the
If you
goal, but
didn't
I heard
know.
in one of the
Shit,
games
scored from halfway.
someone scored a mad
I
goal.
swear Yamalenko scored a screamer.
They could have,
Well,
but I'm not sure.
there's two sides of the story, yeah. If you didn't watch it,
Yeah.
one you could say Netherlands they got the job done, but like what's going on? It's Ukraine, you let 2 goals in from Ukraine, and the other side
You
could
don't
be
know who
like,
Netherlands goalkeeper is, guys. Do you know this?
Yeah, no. Yamalenko scored a screamer. I remember.
okay.
Yeah, Yamalenko scored a pretty
Stecklenburg's in
goal.
goals, boy.
I don't know who Stecklenburg.
Stecklenburg.
Oh, okay, I
The
know.
40-year-old
Stecklenburg is.
Everton third choice keeper is playing in goal for Netherlands.
Hectic. And there's no Van Dijk, there's no Donny.
They're
there's,
Tim Krul. They're right there, and they're playing Martin
it's not the
Stecklenburg.
Netherlands we grew up watching.
No.
That's for sure. It's not the Netherlands.
That's
They lit on the
what
bench.
But
What was that about?
the letter
I
you
think
see,
it's
you see
football.
now. You see now.
Exactly.
And some sus things
Sorry.
happen. Some sus things happen. So that's one way you could look at it. The other way you could look at it,
Take
claim
the ball.
would be
Yeah,
like
he was injured.
exactly. And the other way you could look at this game is that Ukraine is evidently a good team, which obviously you tell us, but because I feel like I didn't watch this game. For me that scoreline, Netherlands got the job done, very late minute winner, but they got the job done. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just that simple right now. I didn't watch too much of the game either. I couldn't be bothered, but I was just keeping my ear to it, and it was just suddenly 2-2 to
was
Ukraine. I was like, Things are
I
happening.
watched the game. It's the game where I was banting them in the voice note.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, yeah. But
Always
if
the
anyone
way.
doesn't know, Malotto was sending us voice notes, bantering, I think bantering Netherlands. And then while he's sending the voice note, you just hear in the background, Netherlands scored 3-2 in it. I'm like, okay, okay.
Look, the Netherlands are the first team that experienced the thing I'm talking about, where I say there's a theme of teams that can't break down the low block. And they had great intensity. They moved the ball well, which, of course, because of, I guess, the traditions of Dutch football, it being very possession based, kind of like Spanish football. And they have good players in the midfield. They've got De Jong, they've got Ronaldo, you know. But I just feel like they can't stretch teams enough, and they can't get behind defense enough, and they lack a target man. The best they have is Memphis, but
Pogba
then
scored. Just saying.
I don't think he's good enough, really.
David
Yeah,
was
still.
not good enough. Come on.
I don't think he's good enough, honestly. I think Memphis can do it alone. So it's just pass,
Of course
pass,
scored.
pass,
I don't
pass.
know why you're disrespecting this man so much. He literally
He
scored. He's a
scored,
target man.
but his influence in the game wasn't enough, you know. It's not that guy say you look up, get it to
Okay,
him
but Romelu
consistently,
Lukaku's great.
link up will be great. Yes, because Lukaku was phenomenal. I don't know what game you were, but anyway.
Lukaku had 3 more touches than him. So
Um,
you want to go with influence on the game, hey?
when Lukaku, the top goal scorer this tournament,
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm gonna
Go,
come
go.
back to you.
That's fine. I
Okay.
believe he'll do it. I'm just saying, don't disrespect Weghorst. Man finished fourth
The best player was
top
Memphis.
goal scorer in Bundesliga.
Man scored Memphis still overshadowed in that game. I'm not happy.
Memphis didn't do shit in the game. Come on.
No, I thought he was. He was the only one who had that drive, with that spark.
I would
As
hope
I
so,
said, they won't.
because I can't think of anyone else who would.
There's no one else, yeah.
Yeah.
But they need more pacey wingers. They need a better striker, one who's more dominant. So when they get to the final third, they can be more prolific instead of just passing in front of the low block. Because once again, Ukraine didn't give a shit. Sat back, guys, you guys just do what you do. Try to break us down.
Yeah.
And I feel like second half they conceded because I think Netherlands kept the tempo, but Ukraine switched off a little. It seemed like, and they didn't come out with the same mindset. So look, I'm impressed. I don't know if impressed is the right word. I think Netherlands played well. I won't banter Frank de Boer anymore. Doing a decent job. Clearly, he's just not for the league. I think he's doing a decent job. But I feel like they lack the firepower front to get the job done.
I think that's fair. But yeah, moving on to Scotland and Czech Republic, 2-0 Czech Republic. I don't think many people see that one coming up. I think that's very disappointing for Scotland, because obviously, you know, I think we all thought that, you know, we'd probably say at least a point Scotland would get. But I heard Scotland were awful. I heard they got dominated. I heard they got wrecked. I heard Robertson is playing by himself against 11 men. And I heard Scott McTominay was worse than what he is at United. And that says it all. That says it all about certain United players so far this tournament.
What happened, boy? He leads Juju title on the captain, Liam Cooper. Come on.
To be honest, I didn't know he played for Scotland, so I'll try next time. But dead. Scott dead. Robertson by himself. Scotland, yeah, the fans aren't happy. I think that's
Goal the
all I've
season,
heard.
goal the tournament.
The halfway line goal. So is this the goal?
Halfway line.
Yeah, I heard
Yep.
in one of the games there was like a mad goal, so I didn't check it, but that's all I've heard. Did you guys hear anything else from this game besides Scott being arsed, Scotland being disappointing, and Robertson being left alone?
Didn't watch the whole game. I was going in and out. Didn't really see the game. I saw it on someone's the goal. I saw it on someone's status. Brilliant goal. But from the parts I saw, it kind of looked like Watford. To be honest, it was so direct. It was classic English football. Yes, not. Yes, Czech Republic was there, so I'm not saying it's the whole British thing. But then the football they played was very direct. Just cross the ball in and just do the job. And I feel like Scotland played the same way. And yeah, it wasn't a great ad for technical football, you know. But at the end of the day, I feel like we're really expecting much from this game, from these two clubs. Maybe we hyped up Scotland a little bit. Maybe they're not recognizable faces. But I think I say it was the worst game of the lot to me,
Okay.
besides the
I
goal.
think it's kind of hard to look past that there was 29 shots in this game.
Okay.
Just for reference, there was
29 shots.
29 shots in this game.
No.
19 for Scotland, 10 for Czech Republic.
What I'm saying, it was just go.
Yeah, it was a very
Don't
direct
go.
game.
It's going the other way.
So I would kind of just say it was that game of tennis, but it's normally an
I kind of
enjoyable
like
game of
it. I
football
kind
when
of
that
like
happens.
that.
The
And
two
for me-
direct styles.
For me,
against
there's
each other,
one clear worst game of the week. One clear by far for me. But we'll get there. But yeah, I mean, there's not much else to really say about this game. Other than Scott is ass, but it's not like we didn't know that.
You're gonna
The Czech Republic
Spain.
turned up a little
Oh,
bit. Yeah.
I can't wait. Why don't you
You're
not
going to
rule? We're building up to. I'll get to them. The next game was Poland Slovakia. I'll be honest, boys. I'm leaving it at that. Do you guys want to say anything? Because I'm leaving it at that. It's 2-1. I have no idea. Haven't heard
It's all
anything.
down to you.
I couldn't be asked. All I know is Leva didn't do anything. But it's Poland, so yeah. Clear? Yeah, only
I
hope
watched
basically.
Yeah, I literally watched some of the game. Lewa was dead meat. And I said this before about Bayern Munich and Lewa. He is a shit player, but he's a fantastic finisher. He is terrible in a system. I've never seen this man just make a pass. I didn't see anything in the Poland shirt. I saw this man marked out of the game. Slovakia just destroyed them. And I never... Oh, that goal. The first goal that Slovakia scored was an own goal for Shares, and if you guys didn't know, it hit the post and hit his back and went in the back of the net.
Okay, nice.
That's how bad that game is.
Okay, nice.
Just saying, that's how they went down. Poland went down to an own goal in the 20th minute. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just Poland aren't... Well, Lewa isn't good enough just to carry Poland on his ass.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
it.
so,
Yeah.
it is what it
Not
is.
even Ronaldo could carry that team.
Yeah, not even Ronaldo could carry that team here, but the next game. Yeah, this one. This one is dead. The 0-0. Spain, Sweden. Maloto. Spain are shite. They are finished. There's no Ramos. There's no leadership in this team. Morata is worse than Werner. Victor Lindelof was voted man of the match in a bunch of shit players. He was average and he won man of the match. No ways, guys. No, this game was
Look at your
ass.
stature, bro.
I said Spain
the
have been
best
ass. They're not the same Spain we remember and grew up watching. They are finished. Man like Victor Lindelof is winning man of the match against you. Nah. Finished. What else do you have to say, Maloto? Talk about your country. This is your country. This is your team. They are finished.
I wouldn't say Spain are finished. Look, I don't agree with Luis Enrique's decision to drop so many players. I feel like he's trying to make a statement.
Yeah,
or
because he's
revolution.
biased. He's racist.
He leads
He's racist. To the Real Madrid
He
players.
dropped Ramos. That's it. That's not even real
Ramos,
close to
but he
dropped
has other players. No Real Madrid players. No Ramos.
There's
no
not a
Isco,
single Real Madrid.
no
it.
Asensio.
This guy's been there in ages.
No
I know his
Vasquez.
ends.
No Costa. Yeah, but those players must come back. You need those.
Who's
technical
But Danny
players who
Almo's
score.
better.
Did
Ferran
they have
Torres
Costa?
better.
Did De Gea play this game?
No, De Gea didn't.
So we
play.
can't even brag
He
about a
doesn't
clean sheet. We can't even brag about a clean sheet. This game is finished.
It was Unai Simon,
What?
the guy from Athletic Bilbao.
What? Nah,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. No, nobody
Finished.
trusts De Gea and goal.
Finished team.
Look, midfield I thought were brilliant. I thought the midfield was fire. I thought, in terms of, I'm a Barcelona fan, so I love the whole tiki-taka, holding the ball thing. I thought they were brilliant at it. Koke, Rodri, and Pedri, especially Pedri. Boy Pedri.
Yeah, I
He's
want
only
that.
18. Give him a break. He's only 18. And it's impressive that he's 18 and he's in the Spanish lineup, and they rely on him for creativity. So we have to commend him for that. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Barcelona fan, but I thought that midfield held the ball well. Like, they'd hold it. I think the possession was like 80% to Spain or something crazy like that. And every time they're losing, no matter a few seconds, the philosophies of tiki-taka, they have the ball back, high press. They did that brilliantly. But the same thing with Netherlands. It was even worse with Spain. They are toothless up front. They've got nothing. It gets there and they just pass it around, and nothing productive ever really happens. And Morata's ass. Morata's a shit striker. He missed open goals, basically.
I
And
heard.
I thought Gerard Moreno was better when he came on. I think they should have started with him. I don't know why they did.
Yeah.
So
It's tough times. That's
they must
crazy.
bin Morata.
Yeah. We used to talk about David Villa, Fernando Torres. Now we're
That's what I'm
talking about
saying, though.
Moreno. Yeah.
Isn't
Finished. Finished.
isn't Traore Spanish? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Adama,
yes, he's
yeah.
on the
Am I
bench.
mistaken? I know you can say you can argue that Fernando Torres is better, but like at least bring these players. Okay, he brought him, but like players like Isco and Asensio, at least bring them. For God's sake,
I'm telling
doesn't even bring them. So I don't know, but I think he
you.
shot himself in the
Racist.
foot.
Real Madrid
And
players. Racist.
I think after watching them, they look a better team. They look more. They look like they've gone back to the basics of the whole tiki-taka thing, but it won't be enough because if you can't break down a low block, like teams nowadays don't give a fuck. They take the piss. They'll put everybody behind the ball and say, "You break us down, and let's see what you can do." And Sweden, they had nothing on Sweden. Victor Lindelof was amazing back. I guess.
Would you like to hear something? Would you like to hear something,
Okay.
boy? So, would you like to
Okay.
guess how many passes Sweden had?
No, I mean, like, I'm gonna guess. Like,
Not much.
Okay, no, it can't be too low. I'd say 80.
89.
I'm
You
good.
don't know how many Spain had?
About 400.
700.
829.
Oh my days.
They
Yeah.
created
Mad.
5 big chances with an XG of 2.3 with 17 shots.
That's
No, Spain fluffed. Spain created all they wanted. They
Everything
just
else,
decided not to do anything.
everything else, final third was amazing. Defensively, we were top. Midfield were phenomenal.
Finish
But the
that
final,
ball.
you need to score the goal to win the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, sad.
Yeah,
I
well.
can't believe Sweden had 10%
I've never
of their
been.
passes.
I've never been a big Spain fan, and you know the where Spain is now. It's just it's quite sad. It's quite sad. I don't even like Spain, but this is even sad to see because like none of those
This
players
style-
in that Spain lineup will get me to watch a game. They won't get me to watch a game.
Yeah,
So
I feel like this style is hard to work if you don't have the talent, because you turn into Van Gaal United.
yeah, that's what it sounds like.
You know,
Sounds like one.
Teams can just sit back. Yeah, teams can sit back and counter you because like you're gonna leave space because you're pressing so high, and they can just play balls over the top. The whole game just be like that and get away with it. The thing about prime Barcelona and I'd say 2018 Man City is that you can't afford to sit back because they have so much of the ball and they're prolific. So if you sit back, they're going to fuck you. And this Spain team doesn't have that anymore. They have Villa, Iniesta, Xavi. So it's just dead.
It's dead. It's dead. It's actually dead. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, Victor, man of the match. You know, you make what you will of that. You know, you make. For me, it's just he was average in a very bad group of players. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Moving on to the big games. Obviously, today's games was the highlight of the Euros for me so far. Portugal-Hungary, right? This game, it started off very aggressive, you know, very violent. Looked like Hungary had a clear plan. I applaud Hungary for the game plan. It nearly worked. 3-0 is very harsh on them. I feel like it's very harsh. I thought Diego Jota, oh my god, he was asked today. Bernardo Silva, it's like he wasn't playing today. Bruno Fernandes, oh my, what a performance. What a performance from Bruno Fernandes. If Ronaldo didn't bag as many goals as he did, man of the match, without a doubt. I thought Bruno was good. I thought Renato Sanchez, and Rafa came on, they played well. I thought Pepe was good. I thought the left back, I don't even know his left back's name, but I thought he was very good. Yeah, I feel like he was pretty good as well. I thought he was a shining light.
left back,
Yeah,
by the way.
so I think there's much to come, and he was actually the Portugal manager is the one who I wouldn't say compare him a lot to Oli, but there's certain Oli tendencies in there. He's racist to Joao Felix. I don't know why. I don't know what he did to him, but that boy cannot get a sniff of minutes under him, make substitutions late, and relies on individual brilliance. I feel like Portugal got to step it up big times, because that today was not good enough. 3-0, very lucky. Very lucky that they got that over the line. Ronaldo, you know, he does what Ronaldo does in it. He can play badly for like 80 minutes, but then out of nowhere, bang, a brace, you know. Does what he does. 3-0 Portugal. That man behind Clay is my goat for a reason. Biggest clutch master. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. Bruno Fernandes, take your hat off, because I thought, honestly, Even though Ronaldo scored 2 goals, my man of the match. Portugal's best player by far. By far.
First thing I say, João Felix is low-key overrated. Just want to put that out
But
there.
not to bring him
Not as
on.
good as we
He's
make him
so
out to be.
overrated that you wouldn't even just bring him on.
It's 20.
Fair.
Overrated.
And he's 20. Yeah, actually, he's young. He's young.
No, I agree that he has potential, but people act like, oh, he's the next Ronaldo, you know, like he's doing it now. That's what most people act like. And I just don't agree with that hype. I rate Andre Silva more, but yes, he should have come on with him, and we should have seen him play. But yeah, I think we would agree that Portugal were crap. And I was talking to Marcus. He compared them to United because it kind of seemed like a lot of talented players just improvising and not really cohesion plan really. So yeah, no, it was a bit disappointing because for a lot of people that's one of my favorites. But at the end of the day, that talent came through for them, you know.
Just like
I
United.
do think Bruno was the best. Yeah, I think Bruno was the best player besides Ronaldo scoring 2 goals. Besides him, I think he was the best player out of players who were a lot of players were underperforming.
Robbed of two
He was
assists.
doing the things. He was
Robbed.
crossing. He's very creative. Yeah. And at the end of the day, Ronaldo did what Ronaldo does. You know, as you
Sued
said,
on
scored
them.
penalty, and when what team? I'm forgetting when Hungary on the ropes
Yeah.
finished them with the wonder goal. And yeah, impressed Ronaldo. I'm a Messi fan, but I congratulate him for breaking the record. Thing is, Messi couldn't because he doesn't play in the Euro. But anyway, let's not go there. I congratulate Ronaldo, and yeah, I'm a United fan as well, so I like Ronaldo. He's one of the best players we've ever seen, and Portugal will still go far. Like it'll be like them to start like that. Still go.
Yeah, it's actually very Portugal thing to do, to be fair. Do this, you know, and then like, oh, and then somehow in the final they win it. Like, okay, never mind.
I mean, the last time in the last year they finished third and went through as one of the
Yeah, it was-
4 teams.
It was very scrappy the last few years they won, but yeah, it was very scrappy. But yeah, you know, I'm not complaining. I like Portugal a lot, so yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, but yeah, you know, I take it. Ronaldo well, I wouldn't say masterclass. Ronaldo does what Ronaldo does. Bruno masterclass. I'm happy. So yeah, Claire.
I think a United comparison is very needed right now, just because these guys had such a shit game plan. It was literally United as fullbacks not crossing, fullbacks cross, go, fullbacks.
Bruno,
Fullbacks,
Jota,
shoot.
Ronaldo, just hope they do it.
Everybody just shoots. Everybody just carrying on shooting. Like Jota played like Rashi. He was just selfish.
That's,
He kept on
that's
popping
exactly
shots.
what it was. No wonder. No, he played exactly like Rashford.
It was literally like it was United syndrome. Then we have Guerrero on left back playing like Luke Shaw, just crossing balls left, right, and centre. Semedo on the right side crossing balls left, right, and centre. And it's just going nowhere. All of these productive balls are going nowhere. It's such United. But I have to say, as soon as Bernardo Silva went off, Rafa came on and he just owned that right hand side, and he just completely set up Ronaldo. He finished the game right there and then. It was as simple as that. Rafa was the difference maker. He is so skillful, and his link-up play is ridiculous. I love him on the right wing. And Bruno was good today, but Rafa is just, his impact literally won the game. I think he deserves the man of the match for me.
I think Ronaldo is the official man of the match, but for me,
Yeah, definitely. But
Everybody's gonna vote for
everyone's
Ronaldo.
gonna vote for Ronaldo anyways, you know.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But yeah, I think what's good is that because it's the group of death, 3-0 is good for the
Very
goal
good, yeah.
difference. For the goal difference if they need it. So that's a positive. Moving on, France Germany, the main event of the first week of the Euros, didn't live up to the hype. I'll be honest with you, it is a bit of. It's a bit like this. You're never gonna get it living up to the hype because you know they're good teams. You're not gonna see one team just get smacked. You know they are playing good. They're both good teams. You know in general. So quality players, guys, and Paul Pogba. Oh, Paul Pogba. I know. All he needs to get fired. I want this Paul Pogba every single week, and he does it every time he plays for France. This man is unplayable. He's unplayable. The rival friends love him. The French obviously love him. He's elite. He's on another level. Him and Mbappe. Oh, You don't need anyone else in France. You don't need. And Varane, okay, I must say Varane was good today. So for me, Varane, Mbappe, and Pogba, elite. I didn't feel like the game lived up to the hype. I felt like Germany kind of did what was expected. They showed why they have quality. They showed they are good. They show you they can hurt you. But at the end, it wasn't enough to beat France. I feel like France won fairly. I think we would have been harsh if France didn't get all 3 points because obviously Mbappe scored the offside goal. Then another offside goal happened. Pogba's pass was so good. Hummels have to give him the assist. So there's that. But yeah, I'm happy. Again, another one of our midfielders. I always go on about these two midfielders. They walk into any international team. They walk into any club team. They're probably the two best midfielders in the world. So happy days with this game. No complaints. Pogba man of the match. Bruno man of the match. Victor Lindelof man of the match. So yeah, happy days.
I don't know if it's because it was in the Allianz Stadium and German French team, but it kind of reminded me of PSG was Bayern and how the game went. And Germany are nowhere close to Bayern, but they are very possession based. So is Bayern, and France don't mind playing on the counter. Yes, they don't rely on it. Don't think I'm comparing them to United, but they're okay with just letting you have the ball. They only press when you really get into the 18 area. They have to get close to you. But beside that, they're okay with you letting you have it and just finish you with Mbappe and Pogba's pass on the counter. So, and that was kind of what PSG's Poch was doing with Mbappe and Neymar. So it kind of reminded me of that game. And I enjoyed it. I thought this is France's style. They did this at the World Cup. They're not that team that's going to make 800 passes like Spain. They'll never do that. But when they get the ball, they're very direct, very efficient. They make things happen. And yes, it is. Maybe it is a bit disappointing that, as much as I'm saying all these things about them, they didn't really score. It was an own goal. Maybe it's a little disappointing. But then you can say it's Germany.
They did score 2 goals though afterwards. They might have been offside, but they did score 2 goals. They did put that ball in the back of the net twice. So.
I guess. I just think, once again, another team in Germany that can't break down a team that's compact at the back, that can't get behind defense enough, that doesn't have the talisman to do that. I think Muller has the potential, but I don't know, really. I've never really seen him as an out-and-out number 9, the target man in the box. And for me, Leroy Sané should be starting. Low-key Gnabry is a one-hit wonder. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking bullshit. But I just haven't seen it in this past season like I saw it. Yeah, I haven't seen it in this past season like I saw Bayern's treble-winning season. Then he's been a bit dead, to be honest. And I think I trust Leroy Sané more, to be honest. And I think he should have started. And yeah, they just don't have that firepower. They don't have that creativity. And Spain, just let them have the ball, pass it around, and they just hit them on the counter. Brilliant. And what's the name again? Mbappe destroyed Hummels.
Destroyed it.
Hummels had a massive gap.
Absolutely destroyed.
He's still caught up. But still with Mbappe's great performance, I say Pogba match. And maybe this might be an unpopular opinion. We could go on slate Ole. But to me, I've seen his performance in the Manchester United shirt. I just think it's more consistent in the French shirt. But I remember back to Fulham last season where he scored a good goal. And a few games right there at United.
Oh yeah, Pogba can't pull it off at United. We've seen this season has been a lot better for Pogba at United, but this France
and the other goal,
different.
Yeah, he's consistent. And the other goal they scored, was also down to him.
Yeah,
brilliant link up between Mbappe and Benzema. So France, as much as they only scored 1 goal, and maybe they could have done more, they look dangerous. They look like the favourites.
Yeah, France are just fully showing their class again. I think just the squad is bustling with class. It's hard to look past a single name on that team sheet and go, that's a weak link. Because I genuinely can't look at that team and go, someone is going to just cost them again. It's genuinely going to be a mentality issue if they don't go all the way. So we'll have to see what happens going forward, but they're all put in a really good performance. And again, they're not scared not to have the ball, but when they have the ball, they're a dangerous side. They have such
fantastic.
fantastic.
Every time.
Yeah, and such direct players as well, but also so
Yeah, very
technical and
direct.
creative at the same time. Like they have everything. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can say Benzema is a very direct striker, but I know that man can hold up and he's gonna burger spin someone on his ass. You know,
The whole lot is great.
that team's just fantastic. There is no better team in the tournament than France. I think we can all say that right
Yeah.
now. No team has more class than France. Because even just the players on the bench that could have come on and made a difference is ridiculous. This team is 100% favorites. It's fully down to the coaching and the mentality to whether they go all the way. I
Yeah.
thought Germany, I thought they just took their chances very poorly. I thought, like Millard said, they just struggled to break down that low block team. They're just going to struggle against it. I think we're going to see similar to what happened with Portugal and Bulgaria now when they go up against each other. I think we're going to see Germany struggle a little bit and struggle to create. I also was very disappointed that Joachim Low actually played Kimmich at right back. Like, what? That's so like last 3 seasons ago. He's been rejuvenized as a DM. He's the most creative deep line playmaker in the world of football right now. And you're playing him at right back.
Yeah,
And he got bullied at right back.
rated Lowe's tactics either. So
Yeah, Kimmich got bullied at right back. I can't remember who it
Oh,
was. Yeah, it was Hernandez. Hernandez bullied him the entire game. He got nothing done. And he didn't even think about shifting because Gundogan was shit. I thought he was nowhere. I thought he did absolutely nothing. But Cruz was half decent. Gusens, I didn't see anything of.
Cruz got showed
Havertz barely
levels
saw
today. That's
anything.
what happened. Cruz got showed
Yeah,
levels
they
today.
got showed levels.
Yeah, he
Everyone
got
got
showed
showed
levels.
levels today.
Paul Pogba showed him levels today. Yeah. Paul Pogba
That
showed that whole
entire squad
midfield
got showed
levels.
levels. Yeah. Honestly, the only thing that looked somewhat positive for Jamie going forward is Thomas Muller, because Thomas Muller does everything in the squad. He is the
He's like
striker,
Bruno.
he is the
He's almost like
creator.
Bruno. Yeah.
Yeah, he's that type of player, and he is gonna kind of live and die by the sword of whatever Joachim Löw does now. Because defensively, I don't think that that's strong. Mats Hummels is way past his days. Ginter's not that good. Rudiger's barely good enough to play at the stage. Neuer definitely has a mistake in him. And yeah, I just think the squad's got a lot of work to do. And I think if we could have seen something like Stein Havertz and maybe Werner, as much as and rate Werner, I think his work rate is insane. I think this man reads the game very well. He can't finish a ball to save his damn life, but I think he's a good player, and he would have helped a lot more than like Gnabry today. I thought he would have done a lot better than Havertz today. I think if someone could have snuck past Varane or Kimpembe, it's probably Werner. And the guy only got like 15 minutes at the end of the day. And again, Sane didn't start, Werner didn't start, Chan didn't start. There's a lot of class on this bench. Sule didn't even play. I didn't even notice that.
Well, it's probably the brightest idea to leave him on the bench. I'll be fair to Low there. I would have not played Sule against Mbappe either. So
Okay, well, I mean, well, you played Mats Hummels instead, so
I mean, it's slightly bit
you
more
traded a
pace,
fridge
you
for a
know. But
fridge.
yeah, exactly. But Sule is
You
not
traded a
open.
fridge for a
Like
freezer.
Maguire will win in a 100-meter dash against Sule. So that's when you know.
No, but like he has so much to improve upon tactically. I think Germany do have a chance to make it out of this group, but they're gonna have to completely whoop Bulgaria's ass, and they're gonna have to show Portugal some levels, or else they're not getting out. And right now, this is a difficult situation for them, because if they at least took a point of
That's tough.
France, we could say they're getting out. But right now, they need to go past Portugal and Bulgaria. I think that's a tough ask. I think we could see them going out now. Very bleak for Germany right now, but very positive for France on the other hand.
After the first match week, do you guys think anyone can stop France?
Yeah, I still back my other two teams. I think England on their day,
Who
and
exactly?
Portugal on their day. I back them. I'm telling you, I'm back. Jadon Sancho will show Kimpembe levels.
Jadon Sancho
And
can't show
Rashford will have
levels.
his annual 10 out of 10 game.
He can't show them levels from the training camp. He needs to be bench.
I personally really think that
Clay, what do you
France, that the only team that can stop France is France. Genuinely,
Well,
I
yeah,
think
that's
their
a doubt.
mentality is their
Yeah.
only issue.
They'll
If
be
they
their
get their
own
mentality
downfall.
right, if they're not their own downfall,
Like England.
They're
England will
gonna-
be their own downfall.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
it is. England is their own downfall. Portugal is their own downfall.
But France, they have the squad, they have the manager, they've just come off winning
I
the
think
World
that's the
Cup.
key difference. The manager out of
They-
all
they
of them.
need it.
Deschamps, I rate the most. I rate Deschamps the most out of all the rest. So
Yeah.
Southgate is dead. He's Oli 2.0. The other guy is only 2.5. So yeah, they just one
For
team's
me,
got
and I feel
Bruno
like-
and Ronaldo. The other team just got a good team in England and England's loud fans behind them, and then France got it also.
Yeah, I think Portugal's the obvious one, but I honestly think Italy might be a dark horse.
Yeah,
I really.
that's what I'm
really
saying.
think
I don't want to speak about Italy yet. I want to watch an Italy game before I
Issues again. I think Benzema and Mbappe are going to show Bonucci and Chiellini on their app.
that's the other
I
problem.
100%
That's
that's
the
going
other
to happen.
problem, yeah.
That's why I don't think Belgium could stop them. I think England would struggle with them as well because Mings and John Stones is a liability
Not
next
even
to each
because
other.
at that
They
stage
look-
of the game, it'll probably be Stones and Maguire. Ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Don't want to see that against Zimbabwe. So.
So I genuinely think
And
the only way France go down is their own downfall. There's no way in hell this France team, unless everyone gets injured. But
Yeah,
then still,
a
it's
big
their own
injury,
downfall. That's
like
the only
if
way.
Pogba got injured tomorrow, ooh, where's the
Pogba
creativity?
get injured
now?
tomorrow, they're just gonna rely on Rabiot and Kante and,
And that's
Griezmann.
not
Actually,
creative
Griezmann
enough.
again.
Exactly. That's not creative.
It'll be enough. That's the
Okay.
thing. It'll be enough.
I'm gonna grasp at straws.
Yeah.
I'll play devil's advocate a little. Do you think there's an argument that the style they play, because they don't mind not having the ball, is not progressive? And do you think there's an argument that the fact that they went so far with Germany and they had to kind of grind it out at the end is a problem when they face a team that's stronger than Germany that might actually go over the line and score and equalize?
Yeah, it could be. That's what I'd say. Ronaldo. I mean, not Portugal or England. That in my head, those are the only two teams I give a chance to beat France.
Because
You need,
at the end of the day, they
you
did
need,
not score.
you need Harry Kane on his day, Sancho, Rashford on his day. You need Ronaldo and Bruno on his day, Jota on his
You're
day.
gonna need some magic
Yeah, and then
to
you
get
can
past
because
this.
as good as France is, if Ronaldo hits his day, it is game over. Whether you prime whatever, if Ronaldo and Bruno hit their day on that day, it's done. It is done. Ronaldo will put chances away, so it is what it is. We're just gonna have to see what happens. Long way to go though. Long way. Well, actually, not really, because we're gonna see Ronaldo versus France, so that'll be a good telling
Very
fact.
soon.
If Portugal can beat them in the group stage, who says they can't beat them again? So we'll have to see
Yeah.
what happens.
That'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, that's the big game.
best
That's
game
big
of the competition,
Yeah, that's the
right?
big game of the competition. That and England playing a good team, so we're just gonna have to see what happens. But yeah, I think we've summed it all up. Pogba, elite.
Amazing.
Bruno, elite.
You're still on this England thing. Please forget about England.
Dude,
Forget
England
about
are like
It's not
United.
coming home.
England, I'm not saying it's gonna come
It's
home.
not gonna
I just
home.
like them. It's the team I like the most. They're a team they probably got the most players I like in the squad. They might not play. They for some reason they're on the
Brings the
bench.
squad.
But what do you say?
If Pep wasn't in charge of that squad, they win.
Oh yeah, they win it easy. Pep was like in charge of England. They win it easy. No
They go
competition.
mad.
No, God. They're smacking
Football
teams
they play.
10-0 every game. 10-0 every game. So
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish and Phil Foden just
Grealish,
absolutely tearing
Foden.
up.
Oof.
It's
Probably
fun.
you'll probably still play Sterling to be fair, but yeah, it is. What
I would play my front three would be Grealish, Kane, and Sancho.
100%. Mine would also Grealish, Kane, Sancho. Sorry, Rashford, but yeah, Grealish, Kane, Sancho, 100%.
I mean, Foden can play 10. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, Foden there, Mount there. I wouldn't play two CDMs.
Mine can be backup.
I
I'm
wouldn't
happy.
play two CDMs. I would play Declan Rice, but yeah.
Colin Phillips wasn't even playing DM, so I'm happy with how he set up with that.
Yeah, that's
Like, I'm
because
happy with Philip
Bielsa
and Colin Phillips
told
supporting
him.
and one
Bielsa said, whatever Southgate tells you, don't listen to him. You play like how I teach you. Is that okay? I got you.
Exactly.
And then that's why I did that.
You play box to box. 'cause you're a box to
You
box.
run up
You
and down,
play-
up and down, up and down. That's what you do. So, and that's what he did. He got an assist. It is what it is.
He
But
should
yeah,
got
I
a goal
think.
with his fantastic
Yeah.
shots.
He should have. I always look forward to watching England. But yeah, I think we wrapped it up. A long show, but obviously there's not many shows coming out because obviously Euros. It is not like United match reaction, match preview, transfer. This this could happen, that could happen. So we hope you guys enjoyed. If you stayed this long throughout the video, you're a champion. Subscribe if you're new. If you lasted this long and you're not subscribed, you should probably subscribe because that says something. Comment down below what you've thought of the Euros. Who do you think can beat France? That could be an interesting thing. But yeah, we will check you all soon after. Well, actually, we might check you at any time. Okay, we could start James and tomorrow somehow, and we'll be doing a show. But yeah, we'll see you when we see you.
Play yourself, please.
Yeah, just make sure you stay safe. You know, enjoy the Euros, and yeah, hopefully you do see us soon. But for now, it is goodbye.